Dragon Quest III, the HD 2D Remake. I have sat at the intro screen hoping it would play that cutscene. I think the cutscene played, was it the Game Boy Color version? I've played the Game Boy Color version. I played a ROM simulator of the game. Played it on the iOS store when I could download it on my phone and iPad and iPod. And some versions of the game, there's a cutscene if you wait long enough in the starting menu, and it kind of tells the story of Ortega setting off on his journey and your mom telling the king, "Oh, don't worry, my husband may be gone, but he left behind this child." It's a pretty cool cutscene. I'm hoping maybe they'll play it at the beginning. Who knows? Venture forth. I tried to keep pretty in the dark about this game because when it's a game series I really like, I want to experience it for myself. I don't want anything to be ruined by reading like a review or something. I know there's voice acting, so I'm very excited for that. I hope everything is, yes, English, please. Love the English voice actors of Dragon Quest. Create a new adventure log. This is also like the Dragon Quest XI was like 2019, wasn't it? It's been so long since we've had a main game in a while. I did not care for Dragon Quest Treasures, although I respect its heart. I think I'm just too old to really get invested in games like that. And people were like shocked I didn't like Dragon Quest Monsters that much. I still bought the 2 games just to support Dragon Quest. Like, it's like I'm a divorced parent supporting their child still. But I don't like the Monsters games. I don't really even like Pokemon games. I think I only played 2 Pokemon games and then also Pokemon Arceus. I don't like that kind of formula where instead of having party members, you just collect and control monsters. And breeding them is weird. You get 2 appearances, A and B. There are only the 2 genders, A and B. I do like the new sprite look. The sprite look for the heroine always did look a little weird. You'll play as a hero with appearance. Huh? You would play as a hero with appearance A. Oh, okay. I thought it was just repeating itself. Yeah. I would like the English. Do you want to display the location of your current objective? I've played this game enough. No, thank you. You don't need to hold my hand. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I hate that I do this when I talk and play on my laptop at the same time. I always end up spitting on my screen. So there's Draconian! Yes, for those who want... Oh, but instead of setting challenges, it's just easy, normal, and hard mode. Don't do this to me, because the gamer inside me always wants the challenge, but the weak, easily upset side of me is like, just set it to normal, please. And what sucks is that I purposely pick a class that kind of is already a challenge to work with. I'm Draconian. Yeah, I'm gonna end up crying for the first boss fight, which is against Robin Hood. Because the Jester never does anything you tell them to. Yeah. Thank you, I do know what autosave is. Ooh, I can't wait to take a personality quiz and have Yuji Horii call me lazy. Nothing turns me on quite like that. Having a Japanese man older than my father call me lazy. Oh shit, she's talking. Where's the waterfall?
Yes. Come this way.
You took away my waterfall. I want to go chasing waterfalls. Why am I like beaming into the scene from the Starship Enterprise? It was a transporter malfunction. Instead of ending up on the spaceship, I ended up here. Damn it, I've seen pictures, but I'm still very surprised at how cool the graphics look. Also, is their hair supposed to be black? I always thought that the hero of Dragon Quest III was a brunette. Their hair's like black or just very dark brown. If you fancy going faster, like even the instructions have to be slightly snobbish English, try holding down. Oh, I can run. Neat. In case this is too slow for you, you have a run button. I want to walk and enjoy the scenery. Why can they remake all Dragon Quest games with this? With these graphics now? I would really love to play Dragon Quest V with these graphics. Okay, here's my waterfalls. Oh yeah, talk to me. Tell me I'm lazy. Tell me I'm a terrible person. I actually can't hear you. You are no longer speaking. You're texting. Also, you even later meet the character who's talking to you in your dreams later on, like near the end of the game. I am she who watches over all. One day, not long from now, you will appear before me, a true hero. Now, when you meet this character, they're like a rep for the goddess, I guess. A priestess, if you will. But it comes off as like the goddess Rubus is speaking to you. But then later you meet like an elf, and she's like, yeah, I was the one who infiltrated your dream. That was weird, huh? Before your... Yes, I'm probably gonna take this personality quiz like 10 times. I have so much fun with these. Teach me what I am usually always... Lazy is my number 1. Honest is my number 2. You can only get sexy if you follow the cheat sheet. You must answer my questions as honestly as you are able to. Yes. Surprisingly, not that different from the name I already gave you. Or no, I want her to be insulting towards me. Please call me, let's see. Yeah. This would be so much easier if I could just type it. I've got the T confused with the R, excuse me. Oh, yeah, and I couldn't play this game on release because I was visiting my grandmother, who is not dying, she just got sick. I mean, granted, anyone could die at any time from an accident or an illness, but she's actually fine. It's not like she's at death's door at the moment. How do I put, like, a space? Okay, there we go. So many different types of E's! Yes, call me that, please. Oh, I would love it if the voice... You know, Codsworth in Fallout 4, whatever name you type, he could kind of say it. Oh, that'd be so awesome if the voice actor would call me Trashy Neat. What is the month of your birth? The merry month of May. That's why I have terminal depression and suicidal thoughts. First... Your sign, yes, the sign people usually hate the most. I think it was, Uncharted 3? Where Nathan Drake's like, oh, Taurus, the worst sign. And I'm like, why? Why do you insult me? Very good. Well, thank you for... I will now ask you a series of questions. Do not dwell upon them too deeply. Answer swiftly and from the heart. I wonder if it, like, puts how quickly you answer the questions, too, into consideration. Do so, and I will come to know your you don't want to know my mind. When setting off on an adventure, is it better to have fine weapons and armor than fine companions? No, I want meat shields. I want meat shields and fists. I would rather have companions. Do you often wonder how magical it might be to soar? These are even the same questions from the old game. I mean, who hasn't thought about flying? That's cool. Do you envy the freedom of birds? Not really. I've met people who keep birds as pets, and I think it's really cruel to keep birds in a cage. We have given this animal the gift of flight. Now let's cut its wings and throw it in a cage, where all it has for entertainment is a mirror and a cuddle bone. Do you find yourself unable to refuse the request of others? It depends. If I know I can't do the request, I usually say no. As a kid, I pretty much did whatever anyone told me. As a middle-aged woman, I find it very easy to refuse people. Do you find yourself unable? No, it's because I'm very old. Are you able to prevent... Oh, this question just hurts. Are you able to prevent failure from preying upon your mind? No. Is your circle of acquaintances wide and varied? No. Do you often dwell on days gone by? Does dwelling on video games I've played count? Because my life is pretty depressing. I try not to dwell on my life. No. Do you pay much heed to the gossip of others? I don't particularly care. Even if someone is like, hey, this person's kind of mean, I still prefer to make my own decision, so I guess no. If you are deceived by another, do you believe the blame lies at least in part with your own carelessness? Kind of, yeah. Feel, I know you. Don't be the rock pushing test. Don't be the rock pushing test. Don't be the rock pushing test. Be one of the cool tests. Like the jump off the building test. Ooh, I got the dancing girl. Oh, this is like... I remember this test, though I've only got it once before. Hey, do you know who she is? No. You don't? Blimey, poor old you. That young lady up on stage there's the divine and delicious Princess Peony. She's the greatest dancing girl ever to grace the stage. She's got 2 moves. Okay. Someone likes their peonies. Oh, someone's in love. Oh, Peony, my darling, my one, my only, my world. You might not think it to look at me, but I'm the lucky man that girl up there is going to marry. What do you have on her? Well, we're engaged anyway. To tell the truth, I can't help worrying that she's, cheating? You couldn't go and ask her quickly and just walk up on stage. Just check if she still loves me. Have a complete stranger you just met do that. That's the ticket. I do so love to watch Peony strut her stuff. Makes me feel young again. How perverted are they going to be in this game? Because, like, Dragon Quest VIII for the PS2, 10 out of 10 when it comes to pervertedness that they could get away with a T rating. And then I think people were kind of mad they were that crass, so they tried to lessen it in other games. Tried to! If you take Tuppence with you in Dragon Quest V, he says some pretty off-the-wall things. Like, I don't know if I'd allow Tuppence around my children. And Sancho, I think I'm getting his name wrong. Sancho, if you take him around Bianca, like if you didn't marry Bianca, he acts really weird. I mean, Sancho, you knew her as a child. Why, hey! Just look at her go. Go on. Are we gonna have Australians in Dragon Quest for the first time? I'm excited. I love Australian accents. I think they're one of the sexiest accents. So, hi. I hope you don't mind me just coming up on stage. Do you still love that weirdo? And a 1, and a 2, and a shuffle, and a twirl. Sup? I love how short I am compared to this girl. Maybe she's just wearing super high heels. I love the fact that the hero Dragon Quest III is just the shortest of them all. Well, maybe that would go to Dragon Quest VII, because he is, like, still just a kid. Wait, are we 16 in this, or did they raise the age just so it wouldn't be as weird? Do you want to know something? What's that? Engaged? Hee hee. Oh yeah, I am. But to be honest, I've been thinking, my career just has to come first. You could be a dancer and still get married. You wouldn't be in love and go and tell him would you? That I can't marry him, I mean. Go on, say you will. Pretty please. I'll be ever so grateful. Yeah, it's like, do you tell him the truth or do you lie to him? Is he gonna be like, I'm gonna commit suicide if she doesn't marry me? Or something. Or do you just leave? You can also, I think, just leave. I love the bar music of this game. It's one of my favorites. Can't I just leave? No. He's got Kuwabara hair. I'm gonna tell this guy, you know what? I think Peony's right for you, man. I don't think she's a good girl. Yeah, he kind of threatens a little bit. I don't think I could go on living. Oh, you get the option to play dumb. I don't know, dude. I mean, if you're still, like, young, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I can understand if you're, like, 40 and sad about a breakup because it's harder to get back in the dating pool the older you are, though still possible. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm ageist. No, she wants to focus on her career. Yeah, dude, I think she's just a terrible person. I think I'm honestly saving you some grief. It'd be better to break up now than break up when you're married with like 5 kids. What terrible personality have I given myself? I am she who watches over all. If you're referring to yourself as a god, then wouldn't the she be capitalized? Amy, you are a firm believer in individuality and traveling the path less trodden. It's a nice way to say I'm mentally ill. You try to be and succeed in being a tough, independent individual. You don't know me, do you? I guess I'm tough in the way that my body refuses to die even when faced with a house fire. I'm an all-around cool customer. Thank you. No one's ever complimented me before. Even with close friends, you keep a certain distance and always remain aloof. True, you can never really trust anyone, which is probably not a healthy mindset to have. Like, as I was saying those words, I'm like, oh, great. This may lead others to feel that you are difficult to relate to. To be fair, yeah. Thank you, Yuji Hori. And you yourself may even feel lonely at times, but then isn't everybody lonely deep down? You will undoubtedly come to this realization eventually. Why do the English use S's and we use Z's? Are Americans just trying to be cooler? But when at last you do, there will be... Oh, fuck you! I'll have my cats! Bitch. I know who you are, you're just an elf pretending to be a goddess. Unless they change that in this game. Not that we'll find that out until like 80 hours of gameplay later. For you are a lone wolf destined to walk alone. Oh, so I got the lone wolf personality. I don't think I've ever gotten that one before. I'm the lone wolf, yeah, I mean... Unmarried, 32... have an unhealthy relationship with MiHoYo and their games. So yeah, I'm destined to walk and die alone. Although, at least my cats will be able to eat my corpse when I die. I don't want to be buried or cremated. Just feed my body to some hungry, desperate cats. This is the essence of your soul. Yeah, let's see what happens when I retake the test. Okay. I am she who watches over all. I wish I could do like a dub of this game and just have the most inappropriate voices. Our story. Oh, so you are still 16. I was kind of hoping they would raise it to 18. So, okay, here's something you might not know about me, or you might know because I probably said something about it on Twitter once before. Okay, I was in a house fire in 2024, lost all my Dragon Quest collection. I was a huge collector of all things Dragon Quest plushies. I had all physical copies of the games, including a copy of Dragon Quest X for the PC. Um, but I also had a whole lot of journals I had kept since I was very young, like stuff I had written in when I was still in kindergarten, because I would write stories and stuff, and before I could had my own laptop, I would just write it in journals. So I had just literally chest of drawers full of old journals, and I had one super thick journal, like thick as Harry Potter, The Prisoners of Azkaban. And it was just full of nothing but Dragon Quest III details about my characters and notes on certain areas and like respellings of different towns because with every Dragon Quest III remake, they changed the names of all the towns. So that was very annoying. So I was like, I'll just use this as like the official name instead. So this like thick diary that I never showed anyone. I like might have like talked to a few people about it on Twitter and stuff, but it was just full of nothing but ideas for characters in Dragon Quest, new antagonists to add to the games, and my thoughts on different NPCs. One of my favorite NPCs you meet in the game is a girl who's like captain of all of these pirates. They kind of have like a Robin. I say Robin Hood, but there's literally a character in the game who they call Robin, but like they use robbing as steal. But there's a pirate girl you can talk to at different points of the game. She even gives you like one of those personality books. There's I don't remember seeing it in the iOS version. You run into a spring and you drop a weapon into the spring, and then a spirit appears. She's like, did you drop this or did you drop this? It's part of that old legend of dropping, I think it's an axe into the spring, and then like the fairy gives you a golden axe for being truthful. I haven't looked up that legend because I don't know how to phrase the legend. It's the legend of the spring giving you a better weapon if you're honest with her. It must be, it's either like an old Greek thing or maybe it's only an Asian mythology, like a Chinese myth or a Japanese myth. Because my first introduction to it was Dragon Quest. I was like, what was the deal with that? And someone explained it to me, oh, it's based on this old legend. I was like, ah. Voice acting! And I literally feel like I'm in Octopath Traveler 2 right now. This looks like the dancing girl's house.
Oh.
Yeah, you should be depressed, Mum. You've got the side braid of doom that the anime moms have. I like how your grandpa's down here, because your grandpa's also a character. Is Mum having flashbacks? Oh, look! We're little babies, and Grandpa has hair. Oh, Daddy! Okay. I hate that's the first thing I said. Fuck. That was like a Pavloni. I can't talk. Pavlo dog response of seeing Ortega. Daddy. Can't it wait until she's a little bit older? It's true, 16 is a bit too young to be setting off on an adventure. There's me as a little kid. Yeah, this is the cutscene I was thinking of that would play. I think it played on the Game Boy Color version and on the version I played on the ROM. I think that was the SNES remake. Not a lot of people return from the volcano vacation. I love how massive that book is compared to her. Like, that book looks like it weighs 40 pounds.
Well, no time like the present.
Granddad has a voice actor? Oh my goodness. I really hope they just call them Granddad and your mom, because then you, like, kind of superimpose your own family on them.
I know.
She ate the book. It disappeared. Ah, the Dragon Quest XI ending showed her getting a book from the shelf, remember? We connected it. Round of applause for
I'll go and wait
for
for now.
recognizing that. You think on the day before talking to the king and setting off on your journey, you would wake up? I'd be unable to sleep. I'm noticing a distinct lack of Australian accents, but then they haven't really said a whole bunch.
Cooey! Wakey, wakey! Rise and shine!
What do you want, Mom?
Morning, my darling. It's time to get up. Today's a very important day.
She straight up sounds exactly like the mom from Dragon Quest XI, doesn't she?
After all, it's not every morning you ask the king himself to give your big journey his personal blessing.
It's her, isn't it? It sounds way too familiar. I think it's your mom from Dragon Quest XI. Yeah, Amber, wasn't it? Because they all had like weird stone names for some reason. And Heliodor.
This is what I've been raising you for all these years.
Has that voice actress been typecast as mom of heroes?
Well then, shall we get going? Come on, follow me.
Ah, I kind of like how I'm just dressed in like regular clothes. Oh, never mind. I have pajamas. Seed of Strength. I can't read the books. I like reading the books. Okay, I do kind of want to retake the all you have just heard has been committed to memory. Oh, do I have the recall ability? No? Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, recall. Ah, that's interesting. I remember, I don't think the iOS version had that. Let's see if they, what do you want to recall? You can only, oh, looks like you have some memories, you literally have memory space. Okay, never mind. So it's just, so in some games, if you use the recall as soon as you play the game, it will actually remember a conversation your mom and dad had, which was interesting. I was wondering if they would have that. Why do I have 0 gold? Yeah, I want to take the personality quest. I want to take the personality thing again. Yes. It's my favorite part of the beginning is the personality. Venture forth. Ah, wait, no, just new one. Oh. I want to see if it will call me lazy. English. You can change the settings, so I guess if it gets too hard, you can always set it back to easy. But then it's just like, well, this boss sucks, so I'll just set it to super easy. I was hoping they would have like the Draconian quest
If you
thing,
can hear me, follow
where
the
you get to
sound of my
pick
voice.
different, different stuff.
Come this way.
Like, you can't flee from battle was one. Your characters, Your characters kind of act like jesters, where they'll randomly behave weirdly in battle instead of doing what you told them to. Ow, ow. Ugh, trying to get comfortable. Ugh. I slept on a really uncomfortable couch the night before and my back hurts. So if I sound weird, it's Tylenol PM's fault. It's kind of sad to think this is like the first Dragon Quest main title drop since Toriyama-sama's very sudden and untimely demise. Very sad. I remember even when I heard about his death, it really shocked me. I just couldn't believe it. I was really hoping it was some kind of mistake. Because I'm pretty poor when it comes to keeping up with the news. I just try to look out for the highlights. And that was a sad day. But let's focus on me now. That's terrible. Let's focus on me and my terrible personality and see how many terrible personalities I can get. Now, sometimes I'll change my birthday just so, see if it will judge me if I change my sign. Okay. Yeah, just call me May. This way. First. Yep. Let's see. Now, let us begin. Do you believe that the sun in the sky is the king of all What are some of these questions? The king of all nature. Well, if I don't believe the sun is the king of all nature, then what do I believe is the king of all nature? I feel like the sun is kind of like one of many kings in the universe. There are many suns. So no, the king of all nature, survival of the fittest. That, the rule of nature is the king of nature. Survival of the fittest, so no. Do you find that you spend more money on weapons than on armor? Yes, very much so. Would you favor a cheaper yet more distant hostelry over a nearer yet more costly establishment? I'm always wanting to save money, so yes. You often find your head so full of thoughts that you are unable to sleep? Yeah, I'm schizophrenic. I totally relate to that. Do you dream often? Yes, often lucid dreaming too. I'm very bad at that. Do you ever dream of being pursued? That is interesting. When I was very young in elementary school, I had a friend who had a reoccurring nightmare of a one-legged cowboy chasing her. Very strange dream. I always wondered if it had something to do with her father. Because I actually later found out her father was, not specifically for touching kids, but he did get in trouble with the law for sexual depravity, I believe it was. And he did end up, like, flirting and hitting on my mom, which is pretty disgusting. Do I dream? I have the falling dream sometimes. And I have scary dreams. Like, I had this weird dream of, like, a manta ray getting into my house and not really chasing me, but just, like, lurking downstairs. And I was hiding upstairs from the manta ray. Very bizarre dream. And I had it before Steve Irwin's death. Maybe I was psychically predicting that. So, not being pursued. I do dream of falling, and I do dream of, like, scary monsters, like a dark, shadowy manta ray, and ghosts. I've been haunted by ghosts, whether they be actual spirits or just my own messed up imagination. Then again, a lot of other people in my family have had similar ghost-like experiences. Then again, that could also just be family history of mental illness. Do you enjoy physical? Have you met me? Have you seen what I've looked like as I've aged? I have not grown any taller, I've only grown fatter. So no. Do you find cats more endearing than dogs? As someone who, I love dogs. I'd say I love them equally, but when it comes to like characters and stories, definitely cats over dogs. Do you believe that it is wrong to fall for the beloved? Oh, stab me in the freaking heart. In high school, I did end up having a crush on a friend's boyfriend, but I believe it is wrong. Do you find yourself blushing when praised by others? I don't often get praised, but yeah, I'd say I blush. Do you take great care over your appearance? I used to say that I do, but after seeing what some people on TikTok do for their nighttime skin routine, I'd have to say that I take care of my appearance and I clean myself regularly, but I wouldn't say great care. I feel like answering no is setting me up for a bad personality. You already asked this one. It'll ask, I think it asks the same ones to see if you answer the same. I don't. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna say yes to that, see if that changes. Do you believe the world to be filled more with sadness than... I have terminal depression, so... that's what the laugh is for, it keeps the tears at bay. I wonder what test I'll get. I wonder if it's gonna be jump off the tower. It's the rock one! It's the push the rock to get the gold. Oh ho ho! You look a little lost, youngin'. Well, if you head west, that's off to the left there, you're sure to find your way out of the forest eventually. Say, if you come across a boulder on your way out, you wouldn't be a pal and push it back for me here, would ya? Make it worth your while. I mean, I see a lot of rocks. Yeesh, this is a big boulder. Ah. There we go. I have brought a boulder for your wall, President Trump. A handsome reward, 10 shiny gold coins. Well, I don't agree with building the wall, but I do like money, so here's some more rocks. That reminds me, I saw like a post that said the Cards Against Humanity bought like land specifically so they wouldn't be able to build a wall. Because a lot of people own property that's like half in America, half in Mexico. Like, I wonder what El Paso would even look like if the wall was built. Also, the wall's not going to stop people. They're just going to stand in front of a wall. And just one more rock. At this point, Mexico's gonna build a wall to keep us out. Okay, thank you. It would be, I don't think the money actually, you keep the money. It would be cool if you did though, because then that would be the one test everyone would want. Because you could just push the rock like 1,000 times and get a bunch of money for like early on in the game. Okay, come on, tell me I'm a lazy piece of trash. You... something of a show-off. I am not. You have extremely high ideals, which is not in itself a bad thing, but you struggle when they do not match up to reality. I mean, I do have a problem with reality that's more in line with the schizophrenia, though. Your worst feature is your tendency to constantly compare yourself with others. You must learn to accept yourself as you are, to enjoy life, to take things as they come. No. That wasn't even as long as an explanation as the one before. Just called me a show-off, and that's it. I haven't gotten lazy or honest once, and that's the one I usually get.
Oh.
Well, no time like the present.
I know.
I think that picture by the bookshelf is also of the world tree. It's interesting. Be cool to see
I'll
what other
go and
little
wake them
details.
now.
What other little details they've added.
Cooey! Wakey, wakey! Rise and shine!
I also love how it kind of shows that your mom is like very anxious about this day, but when she comes to wake you up, she kind of puts on like a happy, excited face. The mom of Dragon Quest III is so tragic, or the mum.
Morning, my darling. It's time to get up. Today's a very important day.
We're going to find you a nose because you don't
After
have
all,
one.
it's not every morning you ask the king himself to give your big journey his personal blessing. This is what I've been raising you for all these years. Well then, shall we get going? Come on, follow me.
And swoosh. Okay, well, I don't like this personality at all, so... Do-do-do. Yeah, personality show off. No, thank you. Turn to title screen. Back to the... Yes. Okay, just should I do one more and then that be set in stone? No, I'm just gonna... Yuji Horror usually calls me lazy. I want to be called lazy. Oh, I'll delete these other ones. I'll delete 2 at least. Yes. Done.
If you can hear me, follow the sound of my voice. Yes, come this way.
I'm really interested to see how many actual cutscenes this game will have. But the beginning of Dragon Quest III is a bit of a slog to get through. Gotta climb the tower to get the thief's key. So then you can go into the house to get the magic bomb for the crazy old man, so you can blow up in order to get to an underground maze, which is kind of a difficult dungeon to get through. And then you end up in Rome, where you discover that the king's crown was stolen by Robin Hood, had Kandar, whatever you want to call him. And he's kind of like the first boss fight. But you can completely just skip it if you want to. You don't even have to go to the tower. You can just like keep walking. If you wanted to, you could just go straight to the desert. The game doesn't stop you. At least the older versions do. This one might try to hold your hand a bit more. Teach me what manner of person you are. I can already tell you're frickin' insufferable since this is your third time doing this. Emma Ferguson, the original voice actor for Jessica in the PS2 Dragon Quest VIII game. May 1st. Yes, very good. Ha, you're gonna hear my commentary on each and every question. Do you find life to be dull and uninteresting? As someone who survived a house fire, I certainly do not. I find it to be terrifying and full of drama. Upon seeing a troubled soul, is your first urge to go to their aid? Yeah, if I feel like I can do something to help them, I will. Like if I have money on me, I try to give to, usually beggars. I remember my first time going to California, my parents yelled at me because there were so many beggars on the streets, and I ended up giving most of my pocket change away. I did buy a taco for one homeless dude. Yep. Do you dream often? Yes. Do you ever dream of being pursued? I'm sure I probably did have that dream once. I have very many dreams. Do you find the company of unfamiliar people tiresome? Yes, I'm a very introverted person. Even being around people I'm familiar with, I get tired. Do you trust in the words of no? Nope, just look at me. Everybody does. Okay, do you believe that it is wrong to fall? Of course! Although I am not innocent of said crime. Do you take great... Sure. Stop asking that question! I'm gonna answer it the same. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends, but they are, like, very different from each other, so that's kind of cool. But I don't really have, like, a lot of friends. It's not asking if I have a lot of friends. It's more of, like, do you have friends from all walks of life, kind of. Yes, I think way too much about the questions. No. If you are deceived by another... Yeah, if I do end up being deceived, I do blame myself a lot. See if it'll give me a different test. Ooh, there's this one really cool test where you end up in a well, and when you climb out of the well, you're like a monster. Oh, it's this one again. Oh, well, we really only need to talk to these people. Well, yes, they're engaged. Oh, I should have talked to her first, but damn it, I ended up doing the same thing. That's how stupid I am. See what happens when we play dumb. She's in the middle of a performance, and I can't expect her to answer while she's dancing. It was a silly thing to ask you to do. Sorry for being a bother. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, maybe she's just one of those people who will change her minds very quickly and easily. Yes! What I've been waiting for! The insults to my soul! I might have a problem. Dragon Quest III has diagnosed my problem. Amy, to be honest, you are immature, boorish, and This is a new one. I haven't been called this before. An unreconstructed lout. An unreconstructed lout. What does that mean specifically? I don't think I've ever called someone an unreconstructed lout. I am unable to be constructed? I am unable to reconstructurize myself, is what you're saying? If I wanted to fix myself, I would be unable to because I'm unreconstructible? Jeez, English dictionary. Someone had the thesaurus open when they were going through this game. You may not think that you are, but this is merely further proof of your immaturity. I'm 32, or am I 30? I don't remember. I stopped counting after 28, to be honest. You are incapable of getting along with others. I've got so many people who could tell you yes and no, and often cause offense without realizing. Yes, continue to insult me, and though you may grow older, you will never grow wiser. I love being insulted by the waterfall. The child within you will always remain. You are hard on others, yet easy on yourself. Perhaps if you knew true hardship, you might change. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! My brother was murdered and I've been in a fucking fire. I've gone... Fuck you! I was beaten by my drunk mom, so fuck you. I've experienced some real true hardship, game. Oh! Therefore, the best we can hope for is that you learn to treat those around you with a little more consideration. Oh, so I'm the asshole hero. Cool. Please be the personality that just, when I look up her stats, it just says asshole. Like, it gives you a bad personality, and it's like, yeah, I am not looking forward to the day we have to meet face to face. You're an awful person.
Oh.
I think I'm just gonna go with lone wolf personality. Out of the three, it's the better one. The second personality didn't even get that much of a description. Well, they really teared me a new one with the asshole personality.
Well, no time like the present.
Speaking of presents, isn't it like this kid's birthday? Where's your present? I guess maybe she gives you money. I'm so happy I managed... It wasn't the lazy personality, though, because I remember that one. I got the immature personality.
I'll go and wake them now.
It's so weird to have voice acting in a game I've played so many times where it was just silent. Like, I played this game while I was still in school. I played this game when work days were slow. I had this game on my cell phone.
Cooey! Wakey, wakey.
Okay. Let's go back to the beginning.
Morning, my darling. After all, it's not. This is what I think. Well then.
So I'll be shocked if that's not Amber's voice actor from Dragon Quest XI, because it sounds exactly like her. Let's see. Status lout. I'm an unreconstructible lout. I still don't know what that means. Unreconstructible. Yes. I'd rather be a lone wolf. That at least sounds a little cooler. I've had characters who've had the lone wolf personality, but never myself. Oh wait, no, not that. I'll save. This one. Oh, okay. Oopsies, I might have made a mistake. I thought it like saved. Oh, I'm stupid. I am a lout.
Follow the sound of my voice.
So we get to take the personality test for the fourth time. I hope I get a different activity, because I've only got the rock pushing one, and then the do you lie to the guy who's threatening to off himself as a girlfriend doesn't love him. Then there's one where there's a king and a queen, and like the queen betrayed them or something. It's hard to remember. The one that stood out to be the most was the one where you climb out of the well and you're a demon, and if you want to, you can like kill and destroy an entire town. And then there's another one where you're in a well and you're just navigating like a maze. You read the signs, and the signs are like, if you follow the directions, you won't die. But at the very end, the sign is like, keep walking forward no matter what, but you find a girl crushed by a rock, and you choose whether or not to stop and help her. It's the cliff from Dragon Quest VI. Millie's about to descend with a dragon. Yes. Well, as I have just learned, I am a lout, not a person. I am a small woodland bug. That's what louts are. Done. Emmy the neat lout. Emmy the lousy lout. That's my new name now. I got like 3 minutes left. Let's see if I can fit this whole test in 3 minutes. Do you believe that victory can be won on the field of battle? Yeah. Do you prefer spells and sorcery to swords and sweat? Yeah. Do you often wonder how magical? Yeah. Do you envy the freedom of birds? No, birds aren't all free. They're tiny little things we can lock up in cages. Do you find yourself unable to refuse the request of others? I mean, no, I can say no. Although in a game setting, I take all the side quests, so game-wise, do you often drift off on flights of fancies? Very much so. Were you to be granted a single wish? Yeah, haha. Bring back my brother, please. Huh. I feel like those weren't a lot of questions. I feel like before they asked me more questions. Like, ooh, it's the jump off the building. It's based off that one, like, temple in Japan. Kyo... I can't remember the name of the Japanese temple. It's to test your bravery. It's like tall enough to be scary, but not tall enough to really hurt you if you jump off of it. Eh, what's that? Jumping off, are you? Well, wait your bloomin' turn. Or maybe it's testing my ability to wait in line. Bunny girl! Yay, finally my chance to show everyone how brave I am. If I can do this, I can do anything. Can't do much if you're in a wheelchair, though. What's up with you? Itching to jump so badly that you can't wait your turn? Well, feel free to jump the queue. Ah, very funny. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Okay, it's about to be 60 minutes on the block. So I'll end the first video here. Thanks for watching. More will be coming.